good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Raceway at Western Fair District, London, Ontario. With us for the show, friend of the show, Scott Wray is back. Busy night tonight.
Yeah, good night tonight, I hope, Sugar.
Right on. 7 drives on the card for Scott. We'll pick his brain following the break on those 7 drives tonight. I'm your track announcer, Shannon Sugar Doyle, with you. HBI bet play of the day. Let's go right to it here. It's in race number 4, one that you'll be on here, Scott, the 5 Stonebridge Guard, 7-2. Had a very sharp win, 2 back, an 8-time winner this season. A lot of those wins come in the Maritimes.
Yep. I think he's going to be good tonight. Sure, he had a little road trouble last week, and the last 2 starts, he's almost seemed like he's really come into his own, so I'm hoping.
Got some really good gate speed there to
Yeah,
work
he
with,
does.
too, right?
He
So
does.
probably
Nice
on or near the lead?
I hope.
Okay, you hope.
Yeah.
Stonebridge Guard, HBI play of the day for HBI Bet Western Fair District comes up in race number 4. Early pick 3, it's the TVG pick 3 play right up front. I've gone deep. This first couple of races, I think they're a little more wide open than the program morning line should suggest. So, yeah, deep in races 1 and 2. If we get over to the 3rd, we need the 3 Serious Star. I'm thinking this one may show a little bit better in her second career outing. This 2-year-old, she tugged hard on Horner during the race and even pulling up. I watched her go back to the barn, just a real headstrong filly by Mach 3. 8 Rubber Nose there in the 3rd. Big improvement last time out. A similar effort from that one tonight. She should be all right in there. 72-1 last time out. Not going to be close to that tonight. Demand, though, that 9-2 value. Alex Lilly on board, Rubber Nose in the 3rd. 3rd race does start the early pick 4. Stay on the same 2. Going to go 3 deep in the 4th, 5 deep in the 5th. If we get up to the 6th, we need 3. Edam's Ellie or the 6th Mock Dynasty. 8th race to kickstart. A late pick 4. Spending a little more to chase after some coin here in this late pick 4. I think you got to go deep in a few legs. Wide open throughout. Nothing really jumping off the page in any of those races. So don't be afraid to spend a little to make a lot on that late pick 4 here in London. If you've got comments or suggestions, Greg Blanchard, Greg Engel, myself, we'd love to hear from you. Our contact information is right there for you. We'll take a short break now. We'll come back with a whole lot more. Our guest driver, Scott Wray, has a busy night, and he will fill us in on his horses going to the gate tonight in London. Stick around.
HPIBet.com. Access, rewards, and more.
Hey, welcome back to the pregame show, everyone. You're watching Race Day at the Raceway. Guest driver with us tonight, friend of the show, friend of the Raceway.
Yeah.
Scott Wray is with us. I'm your track announcer, Shannon Sugar Doyle. Wagering menu for tonight, low 15% take. Featured on some key plays, the pick 3s, pick 4s, and the high 5s, all featured at low 15% take. Don't forget there's free programs, selections, video streaming, and more. It's up on our website at westernfairdistrict.com/raceway. The go-to wagers, mentioning that pick 3 play right up front, race number 1. We've dubbed it the TVG pick 3 play in the opener. TVG is picking up our first 3 races once again tonight south of the border. Of course, all 11 on HBI. The pick 4s begin in races 3 and 8. High 5s featured in races 6 and 11. Average pools and pays on those go-tos. Pick 3 pool was well over $5,000 all through the year. And yesterday it topped out over $5,000 as well. Super High 5, that play has been crazy good. The 20-cent payouts over $1,000 all through 2018. It pays to bet the Raceway. So, Scott Wray, a popular driver around these parts, joining us for the pregame show. A busy night for you with 7 drives on the program. You appear to have some live bullets too, and we'll get a closer look at the horses you'll be on tonight. But first, let's talk about your season. A career year for you in the bike. You're in with a great shot at getting your first 100-win season. Tell us about it.
That's something that I never really would think possible at the start of this season. Start
a little bit late. Get into it in
I
March
I don't think I drove till March.
Okay.
And I never really even tried for that ever in my life. I've always
Sure.
just tried to just drive the horse, you know, accordingly and whatever. And I kind of seen it creeping up, and I've noticed it the last maybe month, and I'm gonna try for it. I've been going to Leamington and going to places.
Yeah,
and
you've been busy. You've been
Yeah.
retaining these drives, and you've been
Yeah.
holding on to them here. Like, that's a busy night for you
Well,
here.
and that's,
7 of
and
11.
that's one thing you just said, Sugar, is going to these places to retain your drive. Sometimes you can't always think about the money you're going to make
Right.
that day. It's about the long run. So.
Right, I remember a Super Finals night. You said, you know, I got to get up to Leamington there.
Yeah.
I got to hold on to these
Yeah.
drives, and it's paying off for you. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's a busy night for you here in London with 7 drives. We're going to bring back a replay now, a highlight victory for Scott Wray. We're bringing up a replay from mid-August on the nice trotting filly Sorceress Sealster. Highlight victory for you, and it would come on your birthday. We're going to bring it up here, and we're going to talk over it here. We're going to prick it up at 3/8. Sorceress Sealster, nice little trotter.
Yeah, like to me, it was kind of a new thing to be involved with races and high stakes like this, especially
You're
when
going for $100,000 here,
yeah,
right?
so the biggest thing, and especially with the horse I had, she's kind of high strung, and you know I am too. Sugar. So I had to kind of bring out the just try to stay relaxed myself and keep the horse relaxed, because I knew speed wise and right about here, I knew I was.
It's a straightaway, right?
Yeah, I knew I was. As soon as I got to that last turn, I kind of took a little bit of a hold, and Chris Christopher kind of come out.
Right.
He might have thought I was baiting him, but I was just trying to stay trotting.
Right.
And then right here, I knew I was.
I
in
love
good
the
shape.
emotion here at the finish line. Check out the How's She Going here by Scott Wray here on the finish line. I love this.
Well, this was.
And the pump coming up, going by the paddock.
Yeah, and a quick fist pump. That was for my buddy Haver that works for us. I had
Okay,
to
yeah.
show him that we come through. But one thing about me, and you know this, Sugar, is sometimes my emotions get too high. And,
Sure thing, yeah,
And,
yeah.
and when you're going for this money, when things go wrong, it goes too low. So that's something I kind of got to work on. And sometimes it's a good thing, and most times it's a bad thing.
So it's
So.
a nice little celebration here. You had lots of support on track here. You get Johnny coming into the picture there for
Johnny,
winning caretaker.
Johnny did a great job with that horse this year, and it was just a lot of fun.
So she got a good chunk of your earnings this season. You're
Yeah.
already up over $500,000 in earnings. About a fifth of that credits to this filly, a Sorceress Sealster. What's next for her?
She's in the Harrisburg sale next week,
Okay.
and I'm thinking of going down. Me and Scott Havershaw, who works with us, and Tyler Borth, and another guy, Dennis Hanna.
Sure.
And we're gonna go and watch her sell, and we're gonna try to pick out the next Sorcerer Sealster,
Well,
something like that. Hopefully.
You and your dad, you did a heck of a job at a $13,000
Yeah.
yearling purchase here in London 2 years ago. When she was good, she was real good,
Yeah.
right? Almost $250,000 earned lifetime, and you say she's on her way to Harrisburg.
Yeah. So
Alrighty.
should be interesting.
We're going to bring up a pick now from a Super Finals night, and one of my faves, and likely one of yours too.
Yeah.
Tell us about this.
Well, this was kind of ironic because a couple guys at the sale that day, David Miller, your race with him. I said, I won't worry about him and whatever. And he come right over before the race and introduced himself and talked about the filly, and just a real genuinely nice guy. And
I've met him
just a nice
myself.
guy.
He is a super nice guy. Myself.
And that's one of my favorite pictures. There's Scott in the background and the horse. It was a lot of fun that night.
It is great. You know what? Myself and Greg Blanchard, we were down for Super Finals night, and we're talking, how does Scott feel going in behind the gate next to Dave Miller? It had to be awesome.
Well, it was something that it kind of got to me before, but when I was in the race and in behind the gate, I don't think anything like that.
Sure, okay.
I've played a lot of sports in my life, and I know when it's time to get down to business, it's time.
Right
So,
on. Well, we're about set to get down to business here. Right now, your UDRS average has never been higher than this season as well. So here's to continued success
Sugar.
in the sulky. All right, then. Tonight's card, you are busy. Let's get to it. Friend of the show, Mark Spangler, messaged me earlier, says, really, really, really like Scott Wray and Miss Ohio in race number 1. As a Buckeye myself, how can I go wrong? So Buckeye, Mark Spangler wants to know, how good is Miss Ohio in the opener?
I think she's a nice little horse. Like last week, I schooled her for Keith.
Okay.
And Keith's a good trainer. Keith's not the type of guy that wants to.
When you say school, that's the qualifier?
No, that's a
before.
School, that's before
Okay,
qualifier.
sure,
So
okay.
we went and say 2.8 and no, maybe 2.6, and then she come back last week and she went in 2 minutes.
Right.
And I kind of stayed back and I didn't want to go too much because I didn't want to kink her or whatever. And she felt like she could do that easy. Now, in the race, it'll be tougher to know when you're everything.
Sure.
I really like the way she qualified, and I also still got to try to teach her and try to do those things. So
Definitely
I think
one to
she'll
consider.
I think she'll be close. I like John Pentland's horse in there, and it should be. That'll be a competitive race. Really,
Okay, great way to start things off. Then a wide open first race here. Next time we see you in the bike will be race number 4. Going up to race number 4, and you've booked off Cortez the Killer, who you've never been beat with. But yeah, you've got to drive this one for your dad, Stonebridge Guard.
Well, the Cortez the Killer, I like him. He's a challenge.
Right.
He's a big, strong horse, can go very fast. Stonebridge Guard, he's just a nice little horse. If he was a little faster, he'd be a great horse. But like he's just a nice pacer, and he's good to work with. Last week he got.
They're showing interference at 3/4.
And it was a thing with me and downtown Dougie Brown.
Right, okay.
He was straight to the end, and I think I was running out and he was running in, and we hooked wheels. And I really think he was going to do some damage there that night.
Well, I think if that doesn't happen, I think you're a winner in there.
I kind of really think it. But now tonight, I don't know. I'm hoping.
I like the gate speed on 5, Stonebridge Guard. It's using that one as the HBI bet play of the day. Next one for you, you're in race number 5. You come right back here in the 5th with the 6 Solid Queen. Tough task for this one coming off the layoff, but she's always been in the hunt here around London.
Well, I haven't talked to Keith yet, but what I'm thinking will kind of be the thing. She hasn't raced for 5 or 6 months.
Right.
She qualified good.
Really good, yeah.
But I don't know if tonight will be her nights per se. I'm hoping for a positive race in her to finish up and kind of set the table for future races.
But it could set up
if
for her,
it does
right?
work, I'll take it.
Right on. Could set up for her. I know she's likes to close here in London. Race 6, right back in here, and you are on 2, Edam's Trauma, an inside post for that. Last time you drove her, she just wanted nothing to do with it, or what?
Well, no. Last time I drove her, I'd never drove her before.
Okay.
And Bobby Dare, one of my favorite guys to drive for, told me, be aggressive with her, wake her up, see what she'll do.
Okay.
So I'd give her a couple just as I left the gate, and I made front, and her hobble broke.
Oh, okay. That's Oktoberfest. She's showing a bunch of X's on her lines there. So
her hobble broke, and she was going to make front that day. Now, it felt like she'd raced good. Other than that, I never drove her. I think she'll be competitive. I looked through the rest of them. She'll be right there.
Okay, over into race number 8 the next time we see you then, and you'll be on the 5, Eva's Best Girl, trainer Jim Watt.
Well, she's kind of. I really like this horse. She's nice to work with. She's got a ton of manners.
Always in the hunt.
She tries. She's kind of got thirditis, but she hasn't. She just don't really have the gate speed. Like, I think she'll be better. Randy said she had a week off last week, and she seemed to perk right up.
Maybe freshened up then.
We got to get it. We got to get a trip there.
Alrighty, a couple more to look at here. Race number 10. We'll see you on the 3, As Brave As My Mom. She just missed last time out.
I think this horse will have a real good shot today. I seen Gary train her the other day. He's stabled where we're stabled, and I watched her, and she looked to really pace home good. And last week through the stretch, I was gaining quick. And
I'm going to tell them right now, put a big circle around number 3, As Brave As My Mama, in race number 10.
I like her.
Over into race number 11 then, final race of the night, final time. We'll see you in the sulky. Bit of a long shot play here with the 9, Faith and Dreams.
Well, these races are tough. There's a lot of traffic congestion. And when you have the 9 hole, you're at a lot of people's mercy. But Dwayne May, he's a good guy to work for. He's always just wanting checks and positive races. And right now, I'll be kind of looking for a nice check there, and hopefully things go better.
Maybe more than a check then.
Yeah.
Okay, great job on the pregame show as always, Scott. And
thanks, Sugar.
Any shout-outs tonight?
Just my mom and dad and whoever be watching.
I got one for Johnny.
Little Johnny, yeah.
A shout-out for Johnny.
Yeah, just anyone here that loves watching the races, and hopefully this will.
If he shows up in the winner's circle, go on out and join him for a winner's circle photo.
Yeah.
How's that sound tonight?
Good.
All right, let's go back and recap now quickly some pick 3 and pick 4 playing. I think you got to go deep in these first couple of races. All 3 of these races for the pick 3 featured on TVG. So glad to have them with us again. The early pick 4 starts up in the 3rd. That's how I see it. Late pick 4 is where you got to spend a little more to try to make a whole lot more. I think the potential is there for a really nice payout on a late pick 4 tonight in London. Cameraman Trev is standing by with his thought tonight. What do you got for us, Trev? Race 8, number 5, Eva's Best Girl for our guest driver, Scott
Well,
Wray.
we got to go hard now, Trev.
All right, Scotty Ray will be going hard with Eva's Best Girl for the cameraman's play on the day. It's another edition of Survivor Tuesday today. Always free to play online or on track. We've got our guest handicappers lined up. We've got Lou, we've got Rod, we've got Terry, and we've got Jack O'Lantern back for the Halloween card here tonight at the Raceway. You know what? Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Good luck on this edition of Survivor Tuesday at the Raceway. We're underway at 6:15 Eastern.